Today I want to show you how to make a snow globe tumbler with a decal on the outside, as well as how you can seal your image on the outside with CrystaLac's Grand Finale. Today I will be using a double-walled glass snow globe tumbler that's actually made for sublimation. I'm not going to be doing sublimation to get the image on the outside though. I'm going to show you a few different types of decals that I have used and how we can finish up those tumblers with CrystaLac's Grand Finale. If you want to learn more about sublimating these types of cups, I'm going to put a video in the top right corner so you can watch that as well.
We need to start by prepping our cups because we're adding a decal to the outside and sealing it with Grand Finale. The prep piece is super important. I get all of my tumblers from Craft Haven. I'm using both the 16 ounce and the 20 ounce. I really like both and they come pre-drilled so they all have a hole on the bottom. To prep glass of any kind or any tumbler, you want to sand it. For these glass tumblers or any acrylic tumblers, we're going to do a quick sand with 400 grit sandpaper. Don't worry about the scuff marks. As soon as we add the Grand Finale, those will fill in and disappear. You just want to make sure that you sand with enough pressure to really scuff it up and make sure you clean it really well before you get started. So once I sand it, I do 2 coats of Grand Finale. Now this is technically optional, but I feel like it clears up any of those scuffs. So if you were to look at it from the inside, it would be completely smooth before you put on your decal. Now you have a lot of different options as far as the type of decals. I will link these specific ones down below, but something you want to pay attention to is, are they clear decals? This one is clear, so you'll see that once I get it down and remove the white backing, you can't really see the decal because I have a black foam insert in there. So you want to use a lighter type of glitter for this. Or you might be using a white backed decal like this one. And this one will show up with any colored glitter. So this is just something to pay attention to as you're choosing decals for your projects, especially since these are clear glass bottles. I do have a resource, a decal bootcamp, that I will link underneath this video if you're interested in learning all of the details about all of the types of decals you can use. Then you're just going to do your coats of Grand Finale. I think I did about 5 on top of this decal, letting each coat dry for 2 hours. Then it's time to add your glitter. I'm going to actually show you 2 different methods, and you can choose what's going to work best for you. I added a little bit of tape to kind of keep the glitter contained. This glitter is from Glitter Dip Sips, and I'm just tapping it into my tumbler. There are a lot of different options when it comes to the inside liquid to actually create the snow globe. I like using the Elmer's Magic Liquid 50/50 with that and water. That's just my personal preference, but a lot of people like the glycerin. I will link a video that I did comparing all of the different options. So once you add your glitter, you're going to add in whatever liquid that you choose, whatever mixture, and then you're just going to shake it up and see where you're at. So I usually put just like a little bit of glitter in there and I shake it up to see where I'm at, and I either add more glitter or add more liquid. It's not really an exact science. It's really more of just seeing what kind of look you like, how much glitter you like, and testing it out. I want to show you a second method that you could do that is a little bit cleaner, but it's really up to you. I'm taking a different squeeze bottle and I'm going to add in my 50/50 mixture, and I'm going to add in my glitter. Then I'm going to mix it up all in this squeeze bottle. I did have to cut the top of it so the glitter can come out, so it would be used really just for this purpose. So it's already mixed together, and then I'm going to squeeze it into my tumbler. It's just a different option for you if you don't like the first method or you want to try something new. I did have to kind of poke through some bubbles as I added that liquid, but you can also tap it down so it all gets put in there. Again, you can also change the liquid if you want a different flow. You can add more water or more glue from that 50/50 mixture. It's really just about playing around and figuring out what you like. So once you get it all full, I generally like to let it kind of sit and set before I seal up the bottom. There are also a lot of different ways to seal up the bottom, and I'm going to talk through the way I like to do it without using epoxy or UV resin. Now, you do want to make sure that you take the time to dry off and clean off the bottom before you seal up the hole. Some cups come with plugs. I use this silicone caulk that I got at Lowe's or Menards or somewhere that I will link underneath this video. I generally do 2 layers of it. So I do one, let it dry, but also use my finger to really make sure it's flattened out. The other thing I like to do is, if you haven't done so already, which I already showed at the beginning, you want to make sure that the bottom is also sanded. And then I'm going to add a few coats of Grand Finale just on the bottom. So because I already did the rest of the tumbler, just to finish up the bottom, I'm going to do about 4 coats, maybe 5 or 6 even, of Grand Finale just on the bottom, letting each coat dry for 2 hours before I recoat. This is also like any other tumbler, so you can add any details that you want. I just wanted to show you this one real quick where I added some drips to the top. It's really essentially just doing a regular tumbler, only the fact that it is glass and maybe not the same method that you see other people do. So once you are done, and it turns out so fun. This is how you can add a decal to your tumbler and do the snow globe at the same time. I made a bunch of these for a craft show, and it was really, really fun. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'll put the next video up on your screen.